Hello, hello, and welcome to my favorite type of video. These are the ones I look forward to most, and I wish I could do it somehow more than 4 times a year. We're looking at the next season of anime. We are scrolling through every title. We are speculating. We are discussing. We're still a few weeks out from anything starting, but I like to get ahead of it. Like, I'd rather have a fresh experience looking through stuff and speculating rather than going in with a bunch of preconceptions based on discourse I've already seen. We want to make the discourse. We want to make the hype. I still have a lot to watch in the current season. We are in the middle of like a really, really fantastic season, IMO. I am currently 30 episodes behind in total of all the shows I'm watching, which is a lot. And then on top of that, as a bonus, I would like to watch like an additional two shows. So that's another like 24 episodes. I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm hoping to at least get those 30 watched and make a fun review video as I typically do before this next season starts. Because who knows? We're on kind of a hot streak. Anime has just been so fantastic lately. And I have no reason to expect that this season will suddenly fall into a slump. Let's check it out. Let's go to AniChart as we typically do. Oh, starting off with a crazy one already. The second season of Oshi no Ko, where they've all become demons. No, I assume this is like some movie or play or something that our characters are involved in. Now, I was like kind of a hater of the first season. If you recall, I made like an hour and a half long. It was part of my anime reviews video, but I went on about Oshi no Ko for about an hour and a half because I found it really morally repugnant. That I just really didn't like the messaging of the series, how it kind of purports itself to be, we're taking a look behind the curtain of the idol industry, of the young actor industry, of models and all these skeevy backdoor dealings and promotional tit for tats and all the gross things that happen in the industry. And it's like, okay, that's cool, that's interesting. But then the messages that they kind of claim are, oh, this is the hard hitting, unvarnished truth, I found to be like so insulting to the people that are actually in those situations. And I don't want to go on for an hour and a half about it again. You can go back and watch that video. So I'm kind of like split on this because I am curious. I do want to know what other stuff will happen, even if it's sort of a morbid curiosity where I'm like, oh god, I don't know what else they're gonna do to kind of spit in the faces of these people. And the production is also just so phenomenal, so breathtaking, so captivating. So many amazing performance sequences and so many great cinematic flourishes and basically every aspect of the show. So just as like a technical marvel, as you know, some of Doga Kobo's best promotional productional work ever, I kind of want to see it. You know, as just a big fan of the studio. And also we watched the first season in our anime club, and I'm sure we're gonna watch this other season. So I think I'm gonna see it regardless of how I feel. I had actually planned on getting caught up on the manga at some point between the first and second seasons. Just I don't know, to like kind of temper my expectations, and so I could be on the cutting edge of the discourse around this series. Follow real time with the manga, what kind of stuff is happening, feel opinionated and informed. That just sort of thing is very satisfying to me, but I've kind of like missed my shot. It looks like the site didn't. Oh, airing in 15 days. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I'll read the whole manga before then. But yeah, I'm curious, and I think this poster is very exciting. That Aqua is in some sort of period action series or something. I think that could be a lot of fun, and the production for that, I'm sure, is going to be absolutely crazy as they animate, you know, special effects and stuff. I don't know. Very, very mixed feelings about this series. A lot of admiration on one level, and then a lot of disgust on another level. But I think we've said enough. This is like some sort of isekai type thing, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. I don't know anything about it. Sure. Fine. Moving on. Dogakobo doing another series this season. Russian transfer student says something in Russia. He understands Russian, pretends not to. That sounds like a wacky love comedy indeed, based on a light novel. There is also a manga, so maybe we can get some insight into the fan base by looking up the manga. It's got great reviews, and it's being actively scanlated, so there's some real passion around this series. Yuri Sisters, I don't dislike that. Okay, that plus suggestive tag. I think I've already understood the series in a lot more depth now. I don't know. Maybe it means Yuri, the Russian name. I don't know. Okay, interesting. Could be interesting. I'm not above a rom-com. I'm not even above a stupid harem rom-com. If the production is good and Dogakobo does a good job, it's a remote possibility. Oh, right. Oh, man, I forgot that this was happening. It's like... I've felt this for a while, okay? We have these big Western franchises that have oodles of money to throw around. And we have the anime industry, which just, relatively speaking, is a lot smaller and has a lot less total money coming into it than, you know, DC Comics, okay? The gap is closing, for sure. Year by year, the gap closes, but there's still this kind of, like, disparity. And because of that, we keep getting things like Studio Trigger making the Cyberpunk anime, Studio Trigger making Star Wars shorts, basically everyone involved in like the Animatrix, and stuff like this. And it's like, do these Japanese studios have passion for these Western franchises? I mean, maybe, hopefully. It doesn't mean that these are automatically bad projects. Like, I really liked Cyberpunk Edgerunners. It just, but it's like the Western half of these projects, I think, are often bad. If not wholly bad, then like slumping. Like, certainly, if we look at the relative quality of Suicide Squad compared to how good Western film can be and how good Western comics can be, it's like in the 20th percentile. And maybe I'm being ridiculous. Maybe DC fans will, you know, roast me here because I don't know how good the Suicide Squad movie is, but let's be realistic, okay? There's no way it's like a masterpiece of the art form. And yet, Wit Studio is an extremely talented anime studio that has produced some masterpieces of the art form, right? Like, there's a disparity here. There's a major disparity here. And it like kind of bugs me that some like random kind of washed up property in Western culture has enough money and clout and name recognition that they can just be like, well, we can get like any studio. I don't know. Maybe I'm being ridiculous. It's like, man, Studio Wit must have better things to do than Isekai's Suicide Squad. I don't know. I mean, it could be good too, and that's the thing. I don't want to watch it. I don't care about these characters. In fact, I like actively dislike them because I find the presence of superhero movies in Western media to be very annoying, and I'm sick of it. And so I actually have just like a negative association with all of these characters. But it could be good too. That's almost the worst part. Something as stupid as Suicide Squad Isekai could actually be very strong, largely off the talent of Wit Studio, you know? And it's like, I don't know. So I don't want to watch it. I probably won't watch it because my time is limited, and there's other things. I'd probably rather watch the second season of Tower of God and not know what the hell is happening than watch this and know all too well what is happening. And also because I'm afraid that I'll watch it and go, damn, that's actually pretty good. Wow, my Harley Quinn is my waifu now. Like, it's like a like cryptid entity that shouldn't exist and maddens my brain. Oh, I'm being absurd. I'm being stupid. It's just like where is the line? Where's the line? Cyberpunk. You can say, oh well, it's like kind of a cult media franchise. It's not just the video game, which was kind of crappy and people shit on it, but a whole TTRPG history behind it, and it's this kind of like cult thing. So it's cool for Trigger to do it. And say, oh, Star Wars is so iconic, and even though it's like sucked for 3/4 of its run as a franchise, at the start it was really, really good. It's just true, and it's like, working on a legendary franchise like that, no way all these studios aren't going to jump at it for the little anthology series. It's like, okay, okay. And it's, oh, well, the Suicide Squad, like, it's got the Joker, it's got Harley Quinn, those are, like, pretty big characters. Obviously, a lot of Japanese animators are probably big fans of, like, Western comics and stuff. Okay, okay. You could even throw, like, Scott Pilgrim into the mix, and I like the Scott Pilgrim comics just fine, but it's just like, why is Science Saru adapting this? Is there better things they could be adapting? Like, there is, but oh well, it's kind of like a cult hit, and it reaches new audiences, and the fans of that series have been clamoring for something like this for like a decade, and it's all well and good, but it's like, we gotta draw a line in the sand somewhere. Are we gonna see? I don't even know. Are we gonna see like a Deadpool anime from like Studio David? Are we gonna see uh I don't popular movies? Are we gonna see a I saw the TV Glow anime? I don't Are we gonna see a Harry Potter anime from KyoAni? I would fling myself off of. No, I wouldn't. But I would be pissed off. I would go, that's stupid. Can we not? Can we please not? What? These can't be popular movies. Why is Enter the Void a popular movie? What the fuck? Are we gonna see a Planet of the Apes movie anime? I mean, from production IG. Like, it just kind of feels like Western properties can come in and be like a blessing unto you. You get to adapt Suicide Squad into an isekai anime. Cherish this opportunity to step into the huge money vortex that is the Western market. And it's like, okay. It's enough about that. Let's move on. Wow, a new fairy tale adaptation. Okay, so I read the whole original fairy tale, and then simultaneously after it finished, they started publishing 100 Years Quest, which is like the sequel series. I don't know if it's like kind of a full sequel or if it was just sort of a bonus arc at the end. Because I didn't read it. And then the author also started a series that was kind of like in the same way that Rave Master and Fairy Tail were in the same universe. This series was also kind of in the same universe, but it was in like space. And I read that for a bit, but I wasn't really feeling it. And then that was probably the last time I thought about Fairy Tail. So I don't know what's happening with this 100-year quest. Wow, it's still running. I see. Okay. But it hasn't been adapted yet in the last 6 years. Interesting. So it's got a new illustrator, but the same writer. Mashima Sensei. Yeah, Eden Zero. This was the kind of in-space one. See, Happy's still there. I don't know. I was never like a fairy tale fanatic. I thought it was good enough that I kept reading it, basically. I wanted to see what would happen, and the characters and stuff were fun. It got like real bullshitty at times, though. Good God, all of your power of friendship shonen tropes were never more in effect than in fairy tale fight scenes, let me tell you. Okay, that's that. Sequel to something. Uh-huh. Okay. Alright. Gimai Saikatsu. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I don't know about that. This is extremely generic. Okay, so this I heard some stuff about. Some people are pretty hyped about this, and I can see why. We got all the ingredients. Wit Studio, no Joker, no Harley Quinn, no Sharkman, no the other one. Instead, girl deer. Her deer nose can sniff out her secret past. All right, whatever. I'm pretty excited about this. I think this is from a manga. Yeah. The art style looks insane. I saw a few clips that look insane. I have high hopes for this one. I think this could be a hoot and a holler and a laugh and a half. You know, this is the exact sort of reviews I want to see for a series that looks like just silly, dumb comedy. So yeah, this is a winner. This is the biggest winner we've had so far. Oh, they're making another Nier Automata anime. Automata. The first one I didn't think got really that warm a reception. I think just the production wasn't really great, and kind of the scope and ambition of what they're animating is so complex with that kind of like mechanical, organical, really crazy visual effects and stuff that people know from the game, really crazy action sequences from the game. And this is the sense I got, is that it kind of bit off a little more than it can chew. But hey, I guess it did well enough to get a second season. There's probably a lot more of the game to adapt. It's a long game where a lot of crazy stuff happens. So neat. Good for fans of this. I was considering watching the original anime, because I never played the games, and I probably won't play them. It's just too much of a time investment. But I really like the soundtrack of all the Nier games. And specifically, I really like... I think it's... Yeah, the Nier tribute album, Echo, is phenomenal. It uses a lot of artists from my favorite record label, Virgin Babylon Records, headed up by World's End Girlfriend, one of my favorite artists. They all take turns remixing different songs from the original Nier's soundtrack. And it's really, really great. And if you like the series, check out that album. And even if you don't like this series, or have never heard of the series, or are totally neutral, check out that album. It's just such a good album. Isekai Shikaku, alright. Yeah, oh boy. Okay. I mean, they're always like, hey, sounds like the typical Isekai, right? Not this time. Our hero is cynical. And they've done that like 18 times. Now that is the typical Isekai. I could see this being funny, because this sort of like overly melancholy, poetic hero is always fun for me, but nah. Alright. Okay, that's a fun premise. This sounds like it's based on a manga. Yeah. Let's check out the manga. Oh, I have seen Pseudo Harem. Yeah, I've seen this mentioned before. It's fully scanlated. That's exciting. Really good reviews. The premise sounds fun. Using acting to play out a series of tropey characters and stuff. We're gonna throw this on the plan to read. I think they could have a lot of fun in adapting something like this too, because obviously if you're doing the succession of tropey characters, the vocal performance is like something that can be a really big factor in that. Studio Nomad has done not that much. Oh, Jashin-chan Dropkick was quite well liked. It has a little cult following, and it's pretty crazy. They did Melky Homes, which I always thought had fun production. Ika Musume. Okay. I'm getting impressed. Yeah, this could be fun. And moreover, we haven't found too many shows we want to watch yet, so this could definitely make the cut. Okay, neat. Oh, this is 2.5 Affection or whatever. I've seen this series mentioned a few times. I think it's kind of has a cult following. Like, I remember when this anime got announced, people were excited. It's getting an official localization. Middling-ish reviews, but what do you expect with these tags? I'm not particularly interested, but I'm kind of curious how this will play out. Yeah, this is the type of studio that does this type of thing. JC Staff, back at it again with yeah, okay. Yeah, alright, whatever, sure. Ah, food, you say. Mutually beneficial relationship also wants the same thing. Ooh, this sounds kind of interesting. I like low-key mystery series. I don't know. I mean, mysteries and disasters that could range from anything to your kind of Hyoka style, very small scale social investigations to your Persona 4 style. A series of killings are unfolding in our small town. But I think it's much more close to the former. It's much more on the casual side, if I'm gonna guess, based on these character designs and the fact that it mostly seems to be about baking. Okay, has not been scanlated at all. They hide their true natures as fox and wolf. So is there like a supernatural element that these people are actually transformed animals? Hmm. I'm a little confused as to exactly what we're looking at here, but the character designs look like Hyoka. So I'm getting good Hyoka associations. Lapin Track did the Penguin Drum remakes. Did the Wota... They worked on Sarah Zenmai. I was just talking to my boyfriend yesterday about Sarah Zenmai because there's a new series in Jump that overlaps in content matter with Sarah Zenmai in a very funny, silly way. I don't know. This one, I have no idea. I would like to at least watch the first episode so I can get more of a read on it. Second season of what looks like some sort of slice of life about a cafe. Ah, no, never mind. It's a harem. Okay. I was actually a little interested, but sure. So it's Wind Waker. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Very odd premise with a lot going on. And the robot kisses the man. Let's see what people think of the manga. Okay. Well, it is what it is, let's say. Troika has made some stuff that I like. They're not, you know, the most amazing in terms of adaptation, but they get some... Or the most amazing in terms of production, but they get some good adaptations, and they do a decent job with them. Okay, alright. Senpai wa otoko noko. Hmm. Okay. Is this from a manga? Yeah, that sounds about right. Hmm. Oh, yeah, okay. I was like, does this mean somebody's cross-dressing? My senpai is cross-dressing? It's like, all they do is refer to it as his secret. But that's like not relevant. Okay. It's getting scanlated seemingly pretty actively, including by El Sai Kongaru, who does a lot of good cross-dressing based rom-coms. So that's like a positive sign that they kind of have approved it. I mean, I don't know. It could be fine. I enjoy a good cross-dressing rom-com now and again. But like, I just can't get over the way this is written. Hmm. What secret, I wonder? Magic Academy. Hey, this is just Mashal. This is just Mashal. It's just Mashal. Okay. The horror thing catapulted into a fantasy world. Yeah. Cloverworks. I like Cloverworks. Uh. Oh, hey, this is the Elusive Samurai. Is this the translation of the Elusive Samurai? What? I don't. I don't. None of, these aren't the words that I thought it would be. Okay, so I'm reading the manga for this, and it's quite good. It's the same mangaka as Assassination Classroom, and it has kind of the same sense of humor and the same kind of weird shifting tone. Kind of a weird mix of extremely dire situations being treated with sort of irreverence, and then some very surprising emotional moments from characters that are usually just very goofy. And I like that. I like all that stuff. I really like how you learn a little bit about the feudal area of Japanese history. The way it works with history, I think, is really cool too, in that it kind of takes characters that have some sort of historical record and then exaggerates them. So you get a character, and they tell you this, like you get a character who is obsessed with horses and wears a big horse head mask and does all sorts of creepy stuff with horses and is always eating horses. And then in the narration, it's like historical records show over various documents that General so and so was indeed obsessed with horses or whatever. So they're kind of taking these little scant fragments about minor characters of Japanese history and exaggerating them and having fun with them while still telling ultimately the same story. Like the battles always unfold ultimately in the same way. Although, of course, it's very embellished and over the top and crazy what stuff is happening on the battlefield. I like that. I really like that. A lot of interesting things, too, where they negotiate with the mysteries of history. So, for example, there's a character who is disguised as a Tengu and is like an enemy spy relaying information. And in the narration, it explains, yeah, in the contemporary historical documents, it just says a Tengu did it. This information was delivered to the enemy camp by a Tengu. And it's like, for the story to make sense, the information did have to get to the enemy camp. And if you look at the geography of it, it must have happened like in the span of one night that they rode from this camp to the enemy's camp that's like way 3 prefectures over. So it's kind of like, okay, well then what really happened? Because it wasn't really a Tengu. And this manga kind of negotiates with that and has like the Tengu character, and it's sort of mysterious, like where does the supernatural lie? And obviously, well, maybe not obviously, but it isn't actually a Tengu. It's somebody dressed up like a Tengu, but it provides these sort of semi supernatural explanations on how all these historic feats were achieved. I don't know. I find it very engrossing on that level. Um, yeah, pretty good stuff. It's not like my favorite thing in Jump or anything. In the end, it's still just a lot of like battle, battle, battle. Let's discuss how we allocate the troops. Battle, battle, battle. It's, you know, it is what it is. It's that genre of manga. But yeah, this could be good though, because Cloverworks does a lot of good stuff. They're good at these sorts of kind of lively action sequences. I hope this becomes a big crossover hit. I think it deserves it. And it's just a really fun shonen action series. Which, like, come on now. That's what you people want. Who doesn't want that? So yeah, I think this could be very strong. I mean, again, this season hasn't blown me away yet with its options, so this has leapt up and stuff I'm interested in. Yeah, cool. Very cool. Okay, what the hell is this? It's a lot going on here. It's based on a manga. Oh, it's also releasing as a manga. I always get mixed up here. If it's Source, that's like the OG format. And this really does sound like a light novel. And if it's a manga, that means either in parallel with the anime coming out or just as another adaptation somewhere between the light novel and the anime, they released a manga as well. Which is getting actively scanlated, which is a good sign. The reviews are pretty bad, which is a bad sign. If we look at the volume covers, it looks like a light novel for sure. Yeah, I don't know. Strongest magician. Okay. Sounds like it would be like a comedy, especially with this punctuation at the end. I don't see the comedy tag. Whatever. Hey, now here looks like a real show. Comedy, romance. Let's see what the manga, the status of that is. Decent reviews. Getting kind of sporadically scanlated. It looks like they're trying to catch up because somebody randomly leapt ahead. An all too common situation in scanlation that I've never really understood why. But whatever. Art style looks fun. A1 doing it. I don't know. It's like a rom-com. I'll be real with you. I saw this part and I was like, hey, maybe it's like a slice of life. And then I saw him lurking. The useless men. So yeah, it's some sort of rom-com. But, yeah, I don't know. Could be fun. This looks like a slice of life. Cheerleading! Okay, we've seen a couple of cheerleading slice of life series before. I think they're very fun. You know, you get the Genki action. There's actually a whole lot of technical depth to cheerleading. What goes into a good performance, how they're judged, how you train, the consistency, the synchronicity. It's very neat. And also requires a ton of athletics. Like, it's you're basically kind of doing like rhythmic gymnastics ad hoc sporadically throughout the whole sporting event. Okay, neat. And this seems like the previous one I saw, which was called Cheer Up. This is it. Anima Yell. Why did I think it was called Cheer Up? I think one of the characters keeps saying Cheer Up. But this was very slice of life oriented. Like, you did learn about cheerleading. They did compete. It was, like, centered around that. Whereas this one looks more like a sports series with cheerleading as the sport. Which is very fun, and PA Works, I think, would be good at that. It's an original, too. That's very exciting. Yeah, I think in this season, this is looking very strong. This is looking like one of the more exciting shows. Ooh, and there's a girl in a wheelchair. That's interesting. Okay. Alright. Yeah, this looks extremely ecchi. Okay, sure. Oh, Fat Elf! Fat Elf! Oh, baby. So this was kind of like a cult hit manga among a particular audience, which I probably will not have to detail to you what that audience is. The premise, I think, is very, very fun. An elf is ported from another world to our world, the reverse isekai, and she just loves the food here. And who can blame her, folks? Am I right? I mean, we live in a culture that has pushed food beyond an art form into just every possible expression of food simultaneously available to us all at once. And I also eat too much, and I can't stop, and I love food, and there's nothing wrong with that. Uh, so yeah, she gets fat, and then she tries to learn how to diet. And it's kind of interesting because I haven't read the whole manga, but at the start, it was actually like trying to teach you good dieting tips, and obviously there's a lot of like fan service and stuff happening too, but there seemed to be like an actual educational mission to it, and it had, there's the kind of like whole genre of like educational slice of life where every chapter there's some hijinks and some comedy, but you walk away with it gaining some information. But it seems like they drifted further and further away from that and more into just like fat elf fetish. um, which, that's their prerogative. And I learned how the series ends as well, and I found that just very funny. And the author of the manga is like a doujinshi artist as well, and it very much falls in line with the themes and fetishes of the doujinshis they make. So this is a real it is what it is type series. This is, I think, both the beauty of anime and also the reason that anime will never acquire any significant social capital. Thank God. To have these sort of entity series that just permeate the culture of otaku and leave their mark. And now, quite a while after the manga finished, coming at it with an anime, which I hope is good. Will I watch it? I don't know. Yeah, Senectachi. This is a very, very powerful artist. The only anime by the studio. That's kind of crazy. Let's research the studio a little bit. Studio Elias. Anime. There's like not much about this. Oh, so they've done a lot of assistance. This is just their first. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, this is the only thing they've really done. Okay. I don't know. I'd probably just want to read the manga at some point because I'm just interested in all the stuff that's gonna happen, and it would be good for me to learn some dieting tips. I'll admit that. But there's also a big food focus, and I love reading manga about food. Yeah, I don't know. It's just wild to me. It's getting an anime. Dying Work, Reborn, Magic, Magical Toolmaker. Okay. What? So, what? It's isekai into romance drama. Does it even need to be isekai then? I don't know. Okay, whatever. It's kind of a shonen-y looking action series. I like the character designs. I like the look of this. These are also studios I haven't heard of that have done super little. Let's see how the manga fares in the arena of manga decks. Not great, but the fact that it hasn't gotten any chapter scanlated is definitely a big nerf, because these are just the very discerning, huge manga nerds that have been reading it in Japanese. QA in Another World. Oh, this is isekai. Oh. So it's like, it's from the perspective of an NPC who doesn't realize they're living in a VR game, I guess? that's why there's like a phone here or something. I don't know. I gotta say that kind of quashed my interest quite a bit. Not because it's like it shouldn't, you know, detract from, oh hey, the character designs look fun and goofy and there's like action and not just like 12 beautiful women surrounding one man on the poster. Those should still be positive indicators, but the fact that it's an isekai makes me think that there just will not be any like interesting ideas. Like that the world building will not really go beyond this. Yeah, I don't know. I'm VTuber. She's like, okay. Rowdy drunk VTuber. Okay. I mean, comedy slice of life. I don't know. I'm just not into VTubers really. I saw the very popular dog YouTuber Kotone, maybe, is playing Yume Nikki, and I was just like baffled. Anyways, there's that. Film enthusiast. Whoa. What? Okay. Movies. Movies, romance, yaoi. Movies, romance, yaoi. Movies, romance, yaoi. That's a winning combination. You would think that yaoi implies romance, but not really. Okay, erotica, boys love. It's only 1 volume long. Very interesting, very interesting. Oh, I thought he just likes movies. They're making a movie. I don't know. Studio Dean, typically not the most mind-blowing production or anything. It's a robot. Robot wife. Okay. Sequel to Shy. I actually heard Shy was pretty interesting, but I didn't watch it. Sure. Isekai. Isekai raising twins, but the twins are strong. It's like they looked at Yozakura Family and were like, well, let's just skip the first 2/3 of it. Vampire Nursery. Based on a stage play. Okay. Alright. Okay, you can parry things. Wow! It looks interesting. It's another, like, VTuber streamer series. Interesting. Is this based on anything? Based on a manga. Oh, it looks like the manga is like a simul adaptation. So yeah, it probably hasn't even started yet. Nobody has reviewed it, which means it's an 8.02. That's just how Manga Dex Bayesian averaging works. Huh. I mean, it's something. PA works. It could be fun. Let's see. Let's dive in a little deeper. Who's directing this? Animator turned director. Good. Ooh. Directing the sequel to Komae. Very good. Episode directing some bangers. Skip and Loafer, Spy Family. Did the OP and ED of Maid Wars. Directed... Okay. Okay. There's a lot of shows in here I like. Amanchu I like. Urara Marichu I liked. I think this has potential. I think this has potential. Huh. Because it's something. At least it's something. Something we may not have seen before. Sure. Is there anything interesting here? Not really. Low level explorer. Okay. It's like low fantasy. There's just dungeons in Japan. Sure. Oh, Sengoku Yoko is continuing. I would like to watch this, or really I should just read this from legendary mangaka. Unexplored dungeon. Dungeon's caretaker offers her a job. Hey, now this sounds fun! And it's by OLM. I've been really liking OLM stuff lately. I think this is, like, the person inside of the dungeon. This actually could be quite fun, I think. It's been running since 2020. The art I really like. I want to believe, man. And OLM, I think, has just been killing it. See the director, too. Has worked on some good stuff. Animator turned director. You like to see it. First directorial project. And yeah, OLM, like, banger. 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 Maybe it's not as consistent as I remember, but, like, they're definitely capable of putting together a great show. I'm actually, like, quite optimistic about this one. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm so hype on Dungeon Meshi, and anything that gets into the logistics of a dungeon I think is quite interesting, and coming at it from, like, a more comedy, parody, what if it was sort of like an office building direction, I think sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Adventure, S rank, Ori Chalkan, okay. Mecha or something. Sure. Ramen shop run solely by cats. This looks like it's a short, and it's just in the wrong section. But, you know, Ian H. Production. What the heck have they made? Not much. They made the One Piece prequel OVA thing. That's neat. Ramen, aka Neko. Definitely Akaneko, but whatever. Pretty good reviews, especially for just like a silly slice of life webcomic. Probably focused on ramen. We're gonna throw this in plan to read. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what the director's done. Ooh, worked on Dungeon Meshi. Directed an episode of Kill la Kill, Punchline. Space Bros. Hida Sketch? What a legacy. I don't know. This one I think I'm a little optimistic about as well. It just has the energy of a short, but whatever. Oh yeah, there's a new Kaneko Man adaptation. I was reading about this. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Oh god. My allergies are acting up today. Anyways, I've never gotten into Kinnikuman. Man. I want to, at some point, read all of it. I think that would be a lot of fun. By read all of it, I mean it's still ongoing in a sense, so there's a lot. But it's just a very fun franchise I'd like to learn more about. Anime adaptation of Sakuna of Rice and Rune video game. I've never heard of this in my life. Action role-playing game. Oh, Marvelous produced it. Idol, I have no idea. Okay. Sure. This is mysterious. This feels like I'm about to go into a creepypasta just looking it up. Let's check it out on MangaDex. Survival game. Okay. Card fight. Now we get into the shorts. See, this doesn't look like a short. This has anti-short energy. Especially the plot line. Oh, and it's by Bones. Huh. And it's a manga adaptation. Why is this a short? The manga got canceled, apparently. It's not a great sign. Huh. Ran for not that long. It's a 4 coma? Oh, I've like totally misunderstood everything. This is just like some kind of silly comedy, I guess. Huh. Okay. Alright, sure. Memories of previous life. Okay. This is like spooky ghost stories thing. Sure. This looks great. Whatever the hell this is. This is still happening. Sure, sure. Kind of wanted to watch this, but I haven't yet. This I'm also kind of curious about, but I'd rather just read the manga. Some movies. Oh, the Look Back movie is coming. That's exciting. I hope I get to see that. I really doubt it's going to come to North American theaters, but that would be sweet. A new BNHA movie that I guess is like standalone, non-canon, because I don't know who the hell these people are. This looks good. This actually looks fantastic. I'm very excited about this. Again, I don't think we're going to be able to see it in North American theaters, but hopefully fairly shortly I'll be able to watch it somehow, somewhere. New Mononoke adaptation movie thing, compilation film for Bochi, which hopefully they've done it. Now do something new, please. Original movie looks kind of interesting. That's that 100 studio we were looking at before. Love Live movie. Sure. Some other movie thing. Movie. Shin-chan movie. Anpanman movie. Okay, this is what I was more curious about. Yeah, so the new Code Geass anime is finally happening. After a long break. First it was a 4-part theatrical pre-screening. Huh. I don't know. It's like I liked Code Geass fine at the time while it was airing. It was like fun to discuss and stuff, and it became such a meme on A. But in the years since, I just like haven't thought about it at all. I was not like champing at the bit to watch more Code Geass. I guess I just was never like a Giga fan. So I'm not really that interested in this. Like, maybe if I rewatched the originals and I kind of got back into that mode, be curious. But it's, like, not really a super direct sequel, right? Like, my man's dead. So, like, it's, I think, mostly a new cast. I mean, I can't really remember, but I don't remember any of these people. So I guess it's just the universe and the mechanics and stuff. Kimi no Todoroke. I am curious about this series. I'd like to read the manga. I'm glad that it's getting good adaptations. I'm sure IG is doing a good job. Aha! Now we're talking, buddy. Relations are provisional and subject to change. I don't know what that means. But here we go. I don't know how long this is. I don't know how it's airing or anything. It's completely broken out of the typical anime release cycle. A long time ago they just started doing sporadic OVAs and ONAs and stuff, and that's fine. For Monogatari, they can do whatever the hell they want. This is one of my favorite anime franchises of all time. I've read the manga, I've read the light novels. I just love these characters, I love this world, I love this setting. It's so over the top and crazy in so many directions, and yet also this very human, subtle masterpiece of complex emotions and of delving deep into social realism, despite having supernatural characters, unreasonable characters, looking at what would it be like if you were both immortal and extremely neurotic. Oh, it's so good. I just love the Monogatari series so much. I never thought we would get more. I thought Shaft had torn itself apart too much, and that Zoku Owari Monogatari was such like a nice finale, you know? And that was the end of the first major saga in the light novels, and I knew there was a ton more, but I was like, okay, I'm content, that's it, that's good. But no, they're back at it. I gotta hope it's good. I'm not gonna watch like any trailers or anything. I'm just gonna plunge in. I have a lot of faith in Shaft. I have a lot of faith in the Monogatari team, which I believe has like largely reunited to come and do this again. I cannot imagine that they would try doing this if they were anything less than super confident they could do it to the standards of the rest of the show. Yeah, this is so insane. I'm so excited. And then this! And episode 5... What? Is this already happening? Wait, let me look this up elsewhere, because I'm not supposed to show people this site. Hee hee. Oh my god. It's already airing. I'm already 3 episodes behind. Put my late count up to 33. I love this manga. I'm very excited for this adaptation. Production Plus H, which did Orbital Children, and whatever this is, I should maybe look into that. Did such a great job with Orbital Children. I think they'll nail this style as well. This is like one of the first major Asano adaptations ever. Like, there was a live action movie of one of his manga, but like, whew, whoa, this is exciting. It's already airing. I gotta freaking get on this. I hope it's good. I sure hope it's good, because I love this manga dearly, and I think, you know, it's a tough thing to adapt, that's for sure. There's a lot of stuff going on in it, a lot of different plot lines, a lot of different modes emotionally, a lot of very complex plot interactions. It's going to need both a lot of subtlety and a lot of very over-the-top nonsense. Yeah, this is very hype. I gotta start watching this, like, now. Okay, Kengan Ashura. I've heard this is a pretty cool series, but it's not my cup of tea, really. So I don't know. Some Eurocamp OVAs, great, sure, I'll watch those. Same with these, great. I'm behind on both of these things, even though they're some of my most beloved anime of all time. But that's great. Terminator, done by Production IG. Where's the line, man? Again, it's like the first 2 Terminator movies are phenomenal. And I think maybe some of the other ones are, like, okay, too. But I don't think the franchise has really all that much cachet or clout these days. I think most people, like, there hasn't even been a movie in years. And it's like, okay, so why is Production IG doing a Terminator series? Like, why? Why? They must have something better to do. It's not even that I'm that against the franchise. I love the first 2 movies. I think the later movies probably would offer me something as well. But it's like, why? I don't know. It's the same feeling I get when Hollywood studios suddenly adapt some manga for some reason. And it's just like, huh? Like, you're gonna make Dragon Ball Evolution? Why? Can we not just, like, do things that make sense? Okay. Let's make a list. We started off kind of weak. There wasn't much I was all that excited about. But we finished strong. Okay, so watch with club, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. Oshi no Ko 2. Sorta curious. Tokidoki Bosoto Rasago. I'm excited when you speak Russian. And then this, I guess, will go into Yusekai Suicide Squad Kaz Dogakobo Kaz Studio Wit. Ba-bum. Very curious. Dear girl. Sounds funny. Show Shi Min series. Sounds funny. Do, 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 boo, 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 boo. Should IMO contenders for good club watch The Elusive Samurai. Good manga. And Cloverworks. Sort of curious. Mac Halloween ga osugiru. Nare hana. Nare. Fat elf. Well, we could. This actually goes in here. Funny. See, I always post this in the Discord for Anime Watching Club. This list. So now I'm including why I think they are what they are. So I don't know. Sounds okay. Cheerleading. It's a fat elf. What else looked good? Oh yeah, Mayonaka Punch. Looks funny. Fun, original series. Bum 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 bum. No naka no hito. The dungeon people. The people in the dungeon. Good. Premise good. Good funnies. This one I'm gonna put in here. Cute food focus manga. Well received. Doop 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 doop. Oh. This as well. Katsute Maho Shoujo. Bones, short, sounds funny, question mark? And then Monogatari. Monogatari is back. Dead demons. Destruction. Fantastic manga. Hopefully good adaptation. I know this should be very high priority. Okay. Yeah. So if we're gonna watch like probably 4 or 5 shows in club, could be like, it's gotta be this, and then I would vote this. I'm very, very curious about this, and then probably these 2 are the next ones I'm most curious about. But a solid season, not like a crazy mind-blowing season like the one we're in right now. I don't know, there's actually a lot of good stuff. Man, anime is just so good. Anime is just so freaking good lately. Alright. Thank you for indulging in my whining and complaining a lot, and then also my genuine joy and excitement at other times. This is the roller coaster of the seasonal anime experience. Long may it live. Bye-bye for now.